here with head coach Brad Laird. Second preseason game of fall camp in the books. And, Coach, same song, second verse. Both sides had their moments. Both sides faced adversity. Both sides answered. And I guess as a coach, outside of health, that's probably about what you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, and it's something that we've talked about and we've seen in fall camp. Today, defense came out ready to play. I think the first three drives were all 3 and out. Forced a punt on the first 5 possessions. Finally, the one offense finally got going. They had a long touchdown drive and then another long drive where they missed a field goal. But it was good to see. It was good to see offense bounce back. And then you saw the defense, fight back, especially in a red zone situation where I think it may have been forced. I know 1 3 and out, but 2 missed field goals. But then flip it, coming out, you saw the offense have 2 98-yard touchdown drives. So, you saw good on both sides of the ball. Looking forward to see the special teams reps. But overall, it's kind of what we wanted to get at, close to 100 snaps. And, and I think that's what we ended up.
And it wasn't just, it's not always the same guys. I mean, I think everybody seemingly in that wide receiver group had a moment. T.J. Johnson had one, Twan Hines, down to freshman Amaz Eugene. Everybody given that opportunity, a word you like to use, some of them took it and ran with it.
Yeah, once we get through this film, we'll start, honing in on what the depth chart's going to be. But if you look at receivers, they've had opportunities. We've got, several receivers that are out. Zach Patterson, Champ. Dennis Smith, Jaheim's still out. So the opportunity for those guys, and you like to see, guys take advantage of it. And I think you saw that today with TJ with some big plays.
Running game was very balanced. Kenneth Lacey had his moments. Darius Boone, Scooter Adams in the 2-minute drill, a really big run. So Colby Burrell fighting through a little injury, but he was out there going and giving it what he could. So that running back room probably in 12 months has gotten a lot deeper.
Oh, it is. There's no doubt. There's 4 guys right there that you can count on week in and week out at that position, and that's to be able to do all of it. Play first down, second down, and third down. And you saw Coach Blair try to establish the running game and really stayed with it throughout the scrimmage. One thing that we talked about coming out of last year is we had to be better. We had to be more physical. So he's given offensively the chance to do that, and you've seen that throughout fall camp.
With TJ, obviously, you can see that he really just wanted that opportunity, and just talk about the growth that he's been able to have from obviously last season not seeing a lot of playing time to now being able to do that.
Yeah, and that's the thing that you intrigued about because as you bring new guys in, transfers or something like that, it's you want to see what the guys that are here, how they've developed since they've been here. And I think you've seen that with TJ. He's done a good job, just showing up to work day in and day out. And when his opportunity is called, he's taking advantage of it. So it was good to see today.
So kind of flipping on the defensive side, I know obviously last year you always preached takeaways. You could see the moments where it was so close each time. What is that for you? What are those thoughts?
Yeah, we just got to convert them, defensively, we've got to create takeaways. That is something we talked about. But on the flip side of that, good job offensively, being able to take care of the ball when you're going, good on good, Northwestern versus Northwestern. But that's something going in that we've talked about because our turnover ratio last year was dead last. And that's something that I know Coach Glosser, Coach Blair, Coach Atwell, and myself have really stressed, through the spring and fall camp.
So from last week to this week, what have you preached during practice and you kind of saw come alive? Well,
the one was the discipline penalties. Last week, 5 of the 7 penalties we had were discipline penalties. Fast forward to this week, out of the 9 penalties, only 2 were discipline penalties. So that was something good to see that our guys didn't necessarily do a great job during the week with that, but you saw today did a better job of, not having the discipline penalties, but also consistency, in all 3 phases. You want to start seeing guys that are able to do it day in and day out. And, you know, that's what's going to be fun about being able to go back and watching the film to see who are the guys that we can count on day in and day out, not the guys that just show up once every 10 reps. It's got to be the guys that can do it over and over.
And I know Q didn't see the field much last week, but then this week he made the most of his opportunities.
Who's that?
Q Quintero.
Oh, yeah, Q. Q was out last week. You know, with the sickness, so he was finally able to come back maybe Monday or Tuesday of this week. So, you know, he's missed a lot, whether it was the scrimmage last week or the practices before that. So it was good to see him be able to get in the mix and get some live reps, and it'll only help him moving forward.
You mentioned kind of just like, you know, finalizing the depth chart a little bit more. Is there anywhere else that you're finding a little bit more clarity, I guess?
Well, I think you're starting to see up front offensively, you know, the top, you know, 7 or 8 guys that we feel like that we can count on, you know, when you look offensively. And then defensively, I think in the back end, you know, you're starting to see, especially at corner, you know, that was a position, you know, last year, you know, not having any guys coming back at that position. Plus, you know, we've had some injuries. So, but you're starting to see that group kind of hone itself in to the top 3 or 4 guys that we can count on.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time.